Hey, what's up? Want to know how I lost over 105 pounds in 1 year? Just listen up and you will find out. Morning. Welcome to my page. This is your first time seeing my videos. Welcome. Today is Wednesday, the 18th of August. And today I am talking about how I went from 325 pounds and gotten down all the way to 220. Now, one of the frequent questions I always ask, well, I'm always getting asked, was what was my diet? My diet wasn't super strict in the beginning, but it was way better than what it was in the beginning, if that makes sense. Well, what I'm saying is, like, I wasn't eating as much junk food like I was doing beforehand when I started to lose weight. Like, I started cutting out the sweets, start cutting out all the sodas, the juices, the cakes, and I also start cutting out processed food like potato chips, which that is still a junk food, bread. Anything that wasn't rice, I cut out my diet. But I kept dairy because I love drinking milk, and I kept cheese because I love cheese. So those are two things that I just could not cut out my diet. Like, yo, if I had the choice between getting abs and eating cheese and drinking milk, like, I would choose the cheese and milk every fucking time. And I still was able to get abs. But in the beginning part, like, yo, it's just simple. I just cut out the junk foods. You cut out the junk food, you cut out the fast foods, you will see a big change even if you don't work out. So that was what I did in the beginning. Next, I started focusing on my workouts. A lot of time when people go to the gym, they don't really know what they're doing. When I say they don't know what they're doing, I seriously mean they do not know what they're doing. I see it to this day. Like, when I go to the gym, overweight guy, he comes in, he do a little bench, he sits there, and then he'll go do some push-ups. Then he sits there on his phone. Then he go do some squats, half repping as usual because you're not used to doing squats. Or do some shoulder presses, and then he go do a little arms. Then just walk around, sit down, look on his phone, go get some water, and then they leave. That's all they'll do. And I'm not judging them because in the beginning, that's what I did. I didn't know what I was doing, and I would just go around, just do everything. But something happened when I was deployed. Well, before I deployed, I was working out with one of my NCOs, and he broke it down to me like, when you go to the gym, have a plan, know what you're working on. Now that means don't try to throw everything in one session. Break it up throughout the week. One day you work chest and back. The next day you work legs. The next day you work shoulders and arms. And that made a lot of sense to me. And that's what I did, and that's what I continuously do for the past 3 years since I lost all that weight. I work every major muscle group twice a week, and I have one day off. And I call that an active rest day because it's kind of weird to just sit around and not do anything. So I would probably go out for a walk or a run, or if I'm lucky enough to be home, have time to go to a Muay Thai conditioning class on a Saturday. Saturdays is my rest day. And the last thing, man, staying consistent. A lot of people don't stay consistent. They might do it for like a week or 2 or 3 weeks or even a month. But most of the time, I see people never make it past a month, and I fell in that same boat in the beginning. Like, I would do good for like 3 weeks, then on the 4th week, and something just derails me, And then I'd be like, well, fuck it, you know. Hell, I couldn't go to the gym today, so let me just only eat every goddamn thing in the house or something. Like, that seriously happens to people because people will, something will happen to them, it will mess up their whole routine, and they'll just throw the whole thing out the window. Just say, fuck it, all right, I'm not going to the gym. I'm just going to eat a bunch of shit today. And then that you binge eating that one day, return to you binge eating for the next day, and then so forth. Then it's hard for you to get back on the road like you was doing before. And that's what happened to me in the beginning. Like, and I started to see how I was just gradually gaining more and more weight. Like, it got really bad. I looked myself in the mirror and I was like, yo, how did I get this big? Like 325 pounds, the biggest I've ever been in my life. You know, granted, I always been a big guy before, but never been that big, and it was scary. But yeah, man, staying consistent, your diet, you know, it's just little minute things like that that will help you reach your goals. And also, I would say stop overthinking everything. Like, you ever heard the saying, keep it simple, stupid? That applies to fitness. Like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Like, you could go online and you will see the basic bro split or the 2 times work every muscle group twice a week split, which to me that works better than anything. But don't try to tweak everything. Like, don't, well, I'm gonna just try to do 2 a days. You try to do 2 a days, you will burn yourself the fuck out. If you're not an active athlete, or you're not prepping for a bodybuilding show, there's no reason for you to train in weights 2 times a week. That goes to my next thing. Make sure you're lifting weights. Don't do excessive cardio. I repeat, do not do excessive cardio. Too much cardio, you will lose weight, but you will also look bad. You will be flabby. You will have a shitload of loose skin, and you don't want that. I know it's better than being overweight. Your BMI is saying like, yo, you're in a good place, but you look in the mirror, like, you would hate what you see. Like, it's like the show My 600 Pound Life, when those people were just losing weight, they wasn't going to the gym and everything. They were losing that excess amount of weight, and they had so much loose skin. That's what it would look like if you just do cardio, like, and you're not trying to build or maintain muscle. You need to do resistance training to maintain your muscle so you can keep it while you're losing weight. And luckily for me, I understood that in the beginning parts, I wasn't doing an excess amount of cardio. I was lifting a lot, and I was doing like 20 minutes of cardio with me running a mile and walking a mile. And I did that for like 6 months when I was deployed, and I lost like 60 pounds overseas. And then I continuously to do that, but amped it up a little bit more when I came home. So now I'm running like 3 miles and walking for a mile. Some people might say, oh man, that's excessive cardio. Not necessarily, because my peak time at running would just be 2 miles at me just running as fast as I can. Then I dial it back and I'm just jogging for 1 mile. Then after that, I'm walking for the last mile. Like, that's just me having good cardio, because I'm a martial artist. I have to have good wind. I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. I'm trying to be athletic. That's why I make sure I'm lifting, but I'm not lifting super heavy so I won't grow. But yeah, that's all I got for today. You know, just a few tips on what I did to lose my weight. I know it's kind of all over the place, but you know, you watch the video from the beginning to the end, you'll see what I'm saying. And also, you follow my Instagram at Covell92. I will be posting my workout plan and my diet. So everything I'm doing is free of charge. I don't try to pay. I mean, I don't want people to pay me for it. Well, if I get some sponsorship, then, you know, yeah, I want to get paid for this. But for the long term, man, I just want to help people, get the bodies that they want. Cause trust me, it felt horrible when I was that big. Like no one just wakes up and say, man, I want to be over 300 pounds. Like it sucks. Like I remember my belt rubbing on my stomach. I remember like having to take a deep breath to like tie my shoes. I remember I couldn't like fit in a seat when I was at drill. Like the seat would just rub it on my thighs. Like that's how bad it was. So if you're a person that's over 300 pounds, like yo, I feel for you. That's why I want you to go to my page. I want you to check out my workout plan, and you will see it. So yeah, man, that's all I got for today. Like, subscribe. Leave comments, please. Anything helps. If you see this, please. All right, peace.